Have you ever stopped to imagine the hidden dangers lurking just a few steps away from where you live? Beneath leaves, tucked between rocks, or even in the quiet corners of your own backyard, nature conceals some of its most ruthless predators. The deadliest creatures on Earth don't always roar in the jungle or swim in the deepest oceans. They crawl silently, blend perfectly with their surroundings, and strike when you least expect it. Today, we're diving deep into a world that most people overlook, a realm filled with insects and tiny organisms that carry venom so powerful it can destroy tissue, shut down the nervous system, or even take a life in minutes. These creatures aren't just dangerous, they are masters of survival, equipped with weapons that seem like something out of a science fiction movie. Some use chemical sprays that can blind or burn, others inject toxins that paralyze their prey, and a few have behaviors so disturbing that they will leave you speechless. You're about to witness shocking truths about their hunting strategies, their astonishing defense mechanisms, and real-life stories of encounters that ended in tragedy or miraculous escapes. This is not a fantasy or a scene from a horror film, it's real, and it could be happening closer to you than you think. So, are you ready to uncover the 8 most venomous and dangerously fascinating insects on the planet? Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at the ground beneath your feet the same way again. If you want to explore this chilling world with me, hit that like button and subscribe right now, because what you're about to learn will completely change the way you see nature. Let's get started. 1. Rat spider. First on our list, the infamous rat spider. Despite its peculiar name, this creature is neither a true spider in the common sense nor anything even close to a rodent. It belongs to the group of mygalomorphs, a family that includes some of the most intimidating arachnids on the planet. Imagine a thick, heavily armored body covered in dense hair, supported by legs that can stretch out to nearly 30 centimeters across. That's almost the size of a dinner plate crawling across your floor. What makes it even more terrifying is its pair of massive fangs, strong enough to pierce human skin with minimal effort. Even those who don't normally fear spiders might freeze in place at the mere sight of this monstrous hunter. Its appearance alone is enough to make anyone's blood run cold. The rat spider is primarily found in the dense forests of South America, where it has achieved a near-mythical status among local communities. For generations, people have told stories of eerie nighttime encounters, unexplained attacks, and even supernatural associations. In certain cultures, spotting one is believed to bring bad luck or signal impending misfortune, making its reputation even more chilling. Now, while its venom is not typically lethal to humans, that doesn't mean you're safe. A single bite can unleash searing pain, dramatic swelling, and, in rare severe cases, tissue destruction leading to necrosis. Healthy adults are unlikely to die from it, but the sheer agony of the bite is something you'd never want to experience. And here's something fascinating, this spider uses its venom strategically. It injects toxins to immobilize prey like lizards, frogs, and large insects before devouring them. It rarely wastes venom on humans, unless it feels cornered or provoked. So, that terrifying reputation? It's well earned. If you ever find yourself trekking through the lush rainforests of South America, stay alert. Because somewhere in the shadows, a creature with 8 legs and fangs like needles might be watching, ready to remind you that nature's most unsettling secrets often crawl silently at night. 2. Lonomia caterpillar. At first glance, the Lonomia caterpillar looks completely harmless, a fuzzy, delicate little creature resting quietly on tree bark. But don't let its innocent appearance fool you. This small caterpillar, scientifically known as Lonomia obliqua, is one of the most dangerous insects in all of South America. Hidden beneath those soft, hair-like bristles lies a deadly secret. Each hair is actually a hollow spine, loaded with venom powerful enough to kill a human being. A single brush of your skin against this caterpillar can set off a chain reaction inside your body that spirals out of control in hours. And this isn't just a theoretical risk. Brazil alone has recorded multiple fatalities over the years, particularly in the southern regions where the species thrives. During the rainy season, their population explodes, and they become almost invisible as they blend into tree trunks and fallen branches. This camouflage is so effective that most victims never see the danger until it's far too late. What makes Lonomia so terrifying is not just its stealth but the nature of its venom. Unlike many insects that cause localized pain or swelling, this caterpillar injects a potent anticoagulant directly into the bloodstream. The result? A catastrophic disruption of your body's ability to clot blood. Symptoms start mild, pain, redness, swelling, but can quickly escalate into uncontrollable internal bleeding, organ failure, and, without prompt treatment, death. One of the most infamous incidents occurred in 1996, when an outbreak of Lonomia stings in southern Brazil sent shockwaves through the medical community. The situation was so severe that health authorities had to develop an emergency antivenom specifically for this caterpillar, the first and only time such drastic measures were required for a species this small. Just imagine, a creature barely a few centimeters long forced doctors and scientists to mobilize like it was a global health crisis. This case remains a chilling reminder of how deceptive nature can be. A caterpillar, a creature we often associate with transformation and beauty, turned into a silent assassin that lurks in the shadows of the rainforest. So next time you're tempted to touch something that looks soft and harmless in the wild, remember this story. That gentle brush could be the most dangerous mistake of your life. 3. Giant venomous centipede. Few creatures strike fear quite like the giant centipede. With its elongated, armored body and dozens of fast-moving legs, this invertebrate looks like it crawled out of a nightmare. But its terrifying appearance is only part of the story. What makes this predator truly dangerous is its strength, speed, and lethal weaponry. Among its species, the notorious Scolopendra gigantea reigns supreme, often growing longer than 30 centimeters, about the size of your forearm, and sometimes even more. Unlike most bugs that scavenge or feed on smaller insects, this predator has a far more ambitious diet. The giant centipede is a skilled hunter capable of taking down small vertebrates, including frogs, rodents, lizards, and even birds. It accomplishes this with an extraordinary adaptation, a pair of modified claws called forcipules, which deliver a potent neurotoxic venom deep into its victim's body. Once injected, the toxin attacks the nervous system, paralyzing the prey almost instantly. What happens next is the stuff of horror films, yet it plays out in nature every single day. This formidable predator thrives in the tropical forests of South and Central America, where it dominates the leaf litter and dark crevices of caves. In Venezuela, there have been alarming reports of these centipedes slithering into homes, triggering waves of panic in rural communities. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and finding a 12-inch venomous centipede crawling across your bedroom wall. That image alone is enough to send chills down anyone's spine. And the danger isn't just theoretical. While fatalities in humans are rare, their venom can cause excruciating pain, nausea, fever, dizziness, and, in severe allergic cases, far more serious complications. Children and individuals with allergic reactions are particularly at risk. Even after surviving a bite, victims often describe the pain as burning and relentless, lasting for hours, or even days. But here's where things get truly fascinating. In some cave systems, scientists have documented a behavior so astonishing it shocked even the most experienced biologists: giant centipedes dangling upside down from cave ceilings to ambush bats in mid-flight. Yes, you heard that right. These creatures use their powerful legs to anchor themselves, then strike with lightning speed, dragging their prey into the shadows. This hunting technique is a chilling reminder of just how adaptive and intelligent these invertebrates can be. The next time you're exploring the wild beauty of a tropical rainforest, remember this: beneath the leaves and within the darkness, predators far older than humanity are waiting, silent, swift, and armed with venom that can stop life in its tracks. For army ants. They don't fight alone. They move as one, an unstoppable force of nature. These are the infamous army ants, also known as legionary ants, and their reputation is nothing short of terrifying. Unlike solitary predators, these creatures rely on sheer numbers and perfect coordination to dominate their environment. When they march, they do so in colossal columns that can stretch for meters and contain hundreds of thousands of individuals. And when this living tide begins to move, almost nothing can stand in its way. What makes army ants so dangerous isn't just their venom, it's their strategy. Their attacks are meticulously organized, with different castes performing specialized roles, some cutting, some carrying, others defending the perimeter. Together, they create a war machine that overwhelms everything in its path. A single ant may be tiny, but when united, they become one of the most efficient killing forces in the animal kingdom. Found primarily in the tropical regions of Africa, Asia, and South America, these insects have adapted to take down prey far larger than themselves. Lizards, scorpions, rodents, even birds, are all fair game when the swarm advances. There are even documented cases of these ants attacking farm animals and startling unsuspecting travelers deep in the jungle. For creatures so small, their level of cooperation and relentless aggression is both fascinating and deeply unsettling. And here's a chilling fact that sets them apart: army ants don't build permanent nests. Instead, they are true nomads, constantly on the move. At night, they form what scientists call a bivouac, a living nest constructed entirely from their own bodies. Thousands of ants interlock their legs and mandibles to create a protective fortress around the queen and her eggs. Inside this pulsing mass of life, the colony rests until dawn. Then, as the sun rises, the swarm dismantles itself and begins its march of destruction all over again. This strategy of perpetual movement makes them one of the most formidable and adaptive predators on Earth. They can strip a forest floor of life in hours, leaving behind nothing but silence. Watching them in action is like witnessing a scene from an apocalyptic movie, relentless, organized, and utterly unstoppable. So if you ever find yourself in the heart of the jungle and hear a faint, crackling sound in the distance, don't ignore it. That's not the wind, that's the sound of hundreds of thousands of tiny jaws moving closer, and trust me, you don't want to be in their way. 5. Praying mantis. With its front legs folded as if in silent prayer, the praying mantis looks serene, almost fragile, at first glance. But don't be deceived by that calm posture. Behind this seemingly peaceful appearance hides one of the most ruthless assassins in the insect kingdom. The praying mantis is fast, precise, and merciless, a predator designed for ambush and execution. Its forelegs are armed with sharp spines and snap shut like a steel trap, locking its prey in place within fractions of a second. Once caught, there is no escape. Mantises inhabit diverse environments across the globe, but they thrive in tropical regions where their camouflage and hunting skills give them an edge. Their predatory nature knows no boundaries. They strike with such ferocity that they will take on prey as large as themselves, or even bigger. And here's the jaw-dropping part: these insects don't limit themselves to bugs. They have been observed hunting small vertebrates like lizards, frogs, and even tiny birds. Watching a mantis overpower something that size feels like witnessing a miniature horror film play out in real life. But the surprises don't stop there. The praying mantis is infamous for a behavior that sounds straight out of a dark thriller: sexual cannibalism. During mating, the female sometimes turns on her partner, literally. In many cases, she bites off the male's head and consumes his body, often while the act is still in progress. Brutal? Yes. But in the world of survival, it's a strategy. By feeding on the male, the female gains vital nutrients that boost her strength and increase the chances of her eggs surviving. Scientists believe this shocking ritual not only sustains the female but may even improve reproductive success, making it a cold but efficient evolutionary tactic. For the male, it's the ultimate sacrifice, his body becoming the energy that will fuel the next generation of predators. So the next time you see a praying mantis gently swaying among the leaves, remember, that stillness is an illusion. Behind those delicate, prayer-like limbs lies a hunter capable of lightning-fast strikes and strategies as chilling as any creature in nature's playbook. 6. Weaver spiders. At first glance, weaver spiders seem like nature's delicate artists, masters of symmetry, crafting intricate silk webs that glisten like jewelry in the morning light. People admire their architectural brilliance, but behind this fragile beauty lies a lethal secret. Many of these spiders carry venom, and while most are harmless to humans, some species are armed with toxins powerful enough to trigger severe reactions, and in rare cases, even death. Among the most notorious are the Latrodectus species, better known as black widows. Found in various parts of the world, Including urban environments, these small, glossy-bodied spiders are easy to underestimate. Their size may be modest, but their reputation? Terrifying. A single female black widow produces venom potent enough to kill small mammals and wreak havoc on the human nervous system. What makes them especially dangerous is the way they attack. Often, the bite is almost painless at first, lulling the victim into a false sense of security. Hours later, the real nightmare begins: severe muscle pain, abdominal cramps, nausea, sweating, and in some cases, temporary paralysis. Breathing can become difficult, and without prompt treatment, the experience can escalate from excruciating to life-threatening. The cultural image of the weaver spider has fascinated humanity for centuries. In folklore, they symbolize patience, precision, and hidden danger, creatures that wait silently, weaving traps with elegance while concealing deadly intent. And there's a reason for that symbolism. A single black widow can turn a calm corner of your home into a lethal ambush point. Although fatalities in humans are rare today, thanks to anti-venom and modern medicine, the danger is real. Even the smallest dose of venom from a black widow is a biochemical weapon, engineered by evolution to disable prey instantly. For humans, the result is hours or even days of agony, requiring urgent medical care. So the next time you see a perfect, geometric web shimmering in the sunlight, think twice before reaching out to touch it. Behind that silky pattern could be one of nature's most deceptive assassins, silent, patient, and deadly. 7. Bullfrog. The name might sound harmless, almost comical, but the bullfrog is far from a simple, croaking amphibian. Known for its booming call that echoes across wetlands, this powerful creature hides a dark and fascinating secret: a sophisticated chemical defense system. Found in diverse regions of the world, from North America to Asia and parts of Africa, bullfrogs are among the largest frog species, capable of growing over 20 centimeters in length and weighing close to 1 kilogram. That's not just a frog, that's a miniature predator built for survival. Unlike snakes or spiders that inject venom through fangs or stingers, bullfrogs have a more subtle yet equally effective strategy. Their skin is armed with specialized glands that release potent toxins designed to deter predators. These secretions aren't just a mild irritant, they can cause severe reactions in any animal or human unlucky enough to touch them. What happens after contact? It starts with an intense burning sensation, followed by eye irritation, nausea, and vomiting. In more extreme cases, and depending on the species, exposure can lead to hallucinations and disorientation. This unusual neurological effect is so pronounced that some indigenous tribes in South America historically used frog secretions in shamanic rituals, seeking visions and altered states of consciousness. Imagine that, a creature from the swamps doubling as a gateway to spiritual experiences. But the bullfrog's defenses don't stop at chemical warfare. Some species, like the African bullfrog, are notoriously aggressive. When threatened, they puff up their massive bodies to appear even larger, hiss loudly, and, in a shocking display, can launch themselves forward with bone-crushing bites. They've been known to attack snakes, rodents, and anything else that dares to challenge them. There are even documented cases of these frogs fiercely defending their territory against animals many times their size. This blend of brute force and biochemical weaponry makes the bullfrog a predator you don't want to underestimate. It's not just a frog, it's an amphibious tank with an arsenal of toxins and an attitude to match. So next time you hear that deep, resonant croak in the distance, think twice before approaching. That sound might not just belong to a frog, it could be a warning from one of nature's most unexpected warriors. 8. Soldier termites. When most people think of termites, they picture tiny, silent pests gnawing away at wooden structures, almost invisible until the damage is done. But among these social insects, the soldier termites stand out as elite defenders of their colonies. They are nature's own guardians, equipped with a suite of chemical and physical weapons that make them incredibly effective at protecting their society. While they may not be venomous in the traditional sense, some species can release substances so toxic and corrosive that they can incapacitate or repel intruders almost instantly. These soldiers are armed with specialized mandibles or head glands capable of delivering sticky, acidic, or even paralyzing chemicals, depending on the species. In some tropical varieties, their defensive strategies go to an astonishing extreme: suicidal self-sacrifice. Certain soldier termites can literally rupture their own bodies, spraying a potent toxic fluid onto predators that dare invade the colony. It's a mind-blowing example of commitment, an ultimate defense mechanism that borders on the dramatic, almost as if the insect world scripted its own action thriller. This extraordinary behavior is most common in species found in Southeast Asia and Africa, where harsh environments have driven evolution to favor extreme survival tactics. Scientists are fascinated by these tiny warriors, studying the chemical compounds they produce not just to understand nature, but also to develop biotechnological applications and more effective pest control strategies. It's incredible to think that such a small insect could inspire cutting-edge science, all while defending its colony with unparalleled dedication. Soldier termites may be tiny, but they demonstrate a lesson that size doesn't dictate power. Through coordination, chemical ingenuity, and sheer commitment, they transform into a living fortress capable of defending their home against threats much larger than themselves. If the mere idea of a termite sacrificing itself to protect its colony amazed you, just imagine how many other secrets lie hidden beneath our feet and tucked into the crevices of nature. It's astonishing to realize that creatures so small can harbor venom potent enough to immobilize prey, and defense strategies so sophisticated they rival the tactics of elite soldiers. These insects and animals prove one undeniable truth: size does not dictate power. Often, the greatest dangers are found in the smallest details. Every leaf, rock, or shadow could conceal a predator with abilities that seem almost unreal. From the stealthy rat spider to the cunning bullfrog, each of these creatures reminds us that the natural world is full of surprises, waiting for those bold enough to look closely. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of the deadliest and most venomous creatures on Earth, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us create more content filled with astonishing facts, little-known stories, and deep dives into the mysterious corners of nature. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these incredible animals frightened you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, the wild world around us is far more extraordinary, and sometimes far more dangerous, than we could ever imagine.